Hey, look, technical difficulties aside, we did manage to get this together. This is episode 93 of Slurp Toast, a podcast. And the first one we've done in like a
Okay.
month and a half. So, how are you?
Oh, we're fine. Maybe. There we go.
That was not convincing.
Yeah, we're fine.
Did you get your daughter off to college again?
No. Kids off to college. Went to the Quad Cities. A friend of mine retired. Got his 35 years in teaching and called it quits.
Like 150 years of normal time.
150 years of normal time. Absolutely. He got that in. He's done. That was nice.
So,
That vacation managed to keep me on it, off the ledge for a week and a half. Just kind of ran out last week
nice.
or this week.
Well, that's one of the reasons we haven't podcasted in so long. We got back from Comic Con the end of
And I
July,
went on
and then
vacation.
then we had the week to decompress and reconfigure our lives to get back to normal society. Then you went on vacation for like I don't know what 10 days or something.
I mean, it's Friday to Friday, so yeah, it
Okay,
feels like 10, but it's just a week.
and then you went to the Quad Cities, and then I got sick, and
Hmm.
now here we are. So it's
Yeah,
been literally been 6 weeks since the last podcast, but I think we do that like every summer. We have a break around
yeah,
this
pretty
time
much.
every year, so
Hmm.
it's all good. So yeah. So you went to the where'd you go? One of the Carolinas, right?
Well, we went to the Outer Banks, which I guess is
Where
North Carolina,
North Carolina. Okay, I know it is a television show, but beyond that, I don't know anything about it. So
which
North
is
Carolina.
filmed in Myrtle Beach, which is in South Carolina. But yeah.
Oh, that's perfect.
Uh-huh.
So what is it Brian that retired?
Yeah.
I did remember. Brian, what's Brian going to do with the rest of his life now?
Well,
Live
he
large with
gig
that teacher's pension?
actually they get like 70% of the average of the four highest paid consecutive years. So
Okay.
when you get 30 and your masters, you are at the top of the pay scale. So both he and Holly retired with like 75% of the top of the pay scale. So it's
Okay.
not a bad
That's
gig.
not bad. That's not bad.
No.
Yeah, I think Dava got pretty she's retired again. She keeps
Hmm.
retiring and unretiring, but I think she did pretty well in that same regard. So
So yeah, so he's gonna gig around the Quad Cities, just playing music and doing. I think he does a music program for the church he belongs to. So
no, that's cool.
he he'll be fine. Yeah, he'll be fine.
He'll be better than the rest of us.
So yeah, so it was kind of fun. Went up, yeah. So it was nice. Went up there, saw him, saw Barrett, who his daughter was looking at our alma mater, and it
Oh,
was
really?
like, really, you're looking at Augie? I mean, you want to be an engineer? I don't. Last time I checked, I found out they had an engineering degree. So there you go. He's in. She's in. Maybe if she wants to go there.
Interesting.
Uh, her mom works for the University of Illinois Chicago, so she could get serious discount tuition on, I
If
think,
not free, right?
a University of Illinois school. It's not free, but she can get a hell of a discount. Stacy worked
Right?
for Tennessee Tech University and got a bit of a break on her tuition too. So yeah,
Okay. Nice.
yeah,
If I
more
were that
power to
parent,
him.
I'd be
Take
going,
the money and run.
yeah, whatever we're saving, we can talk about a dispensation later. Um,
You can make some, yeah, exactly.
let's take
Yeah,
the difference and invest it for you in like AI or something. I don't know.
really isn't what it's cracked up to be. No matter
I
what they say,
know.
it's just
I
like,
know.
so.
So I wrote a few things down because we have had 6 weeks of time to go through here, and I
Yes. Now
think
I will also let me just returning to the Quad Cities real quick. I
yeah.
also went to Antique Archaeology, the store where the American Picker guy supposedly sell their wares. Yeah, that's in the Quad Cities.
Okay, I didn't know
It
that.
is. Yeah, it's basically a T-shirt shop with some very, very expensive things in it.
Right.
Because you kind of look around, and you're like, oh, cool, I can buy a T-shirt, I can buy a hat, buy a keychain, buy a yo-yo. Weird, but okay. And then you look at some stuff, and you're like, oh, here's a fez for $80, and here's the throne from a Masonic lodge, and yeah, I guess this really is just about moving T-shirts over here. So, and
All
then
right.
on the sad note, yeah, we can talk about this, but I also found out one of our friends from college passed away.
Oh no.
And because of gaffe in the texting, I didn't find out until I made a joke about not making out with his ex-girlfriend in college because I didn't want to
Oh.
screw him up. And I said, yeah, but it's not like we talked to him all that much anyway. My buddy goes, well, we're certainly not talking to him now. And I was like, what does that mean? He goes, he died. I was like, what?
Oh, Jesus. How's your shoe taste?
Yeah. So we, tried to figure out why I wasn't getting text messages and stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that was interesting. He got married out of
Oof.
college, and then his wife kind of like drove that wedge in between everybody. And then he just kind of kept sort of drifting off. And it's like I hadn't talked to him in a very long time, but still kind of rough.
Yeah, no kidding. I found out last week one of my really good friends from high school, her daughter passed away
Ooh.
from like eye cancer. Did you know you could get cancer of the uvea in your eye?
No.
That's something else to worry about now, right? I mean, yeah.
I didn't want to know that. Don't want to know that.
Okay, well, I'll edit that out, and you do the same. But yeah, like this kid was, probably the same age as our kids, and got married in January and died last week. It's horrible. It was just like, yeah, that'll ruin your week.
Not the way to start off, like not talking in a couple of weeks, but
we're gonna. It's only uphill from here on the podcast. Stick with us. It's going to get better.
No. It's one of those things. I was thinking about this friend, and I sent a note to his brother and said, hey man, just want you to know, here are some of my memories of your brother. And I would like run into him sometimes wandering around campus in the middle of the night as he was trying to figure out, what is love? What does this mean? What is life about? All these big questions. Now, a lot of this happened after he broke up with his big serious girlfriend at the beginning of the year and before he had to take a little time off to recoup. But yes, it's like, why do people fall in love? Why do they fall out of love? And I, being me, is like, I don't know, boners.
That is a perfectly you response to the questions of the universe.
Why do people fall in love? I think it's boners. I really do. And then, boners for somebody else. Yeah.
It's just blood flow.
It's just blood flow. But then I also told him, I also remember when he met his first wife, because I was working in a warehouse, and I think I caught up to him like on their second date. And he's standing there and he's grinning like an idiot. I mean, he's just like, oh my God, and telling me how great she was. And she had left her sweater behind, and he'd like sniff her sweater because it had her perfume on it.
Okay.
And so you're like, he goes, oh my God, it smells like her. And you're just like, you need to back off, man. It's a little weird, kind of creepy. I mean,
slow your roll a little bit.
Slow your roll. Yeah. Put the lotion on her skin or else she get the hose again, kind of a thing. But I mean, he was just so happy in that moment. I mean, he was just, and you just couldn't help but like, well, that's great, man. That's really great. And then the last memory I shared was like, and I also remember the time though your brother had way too much to drink and he was ranting and raving about something. And at one point he threatened to name a daughter, if he ever had a daughter, Candy Twat. I don't think that happened, but I've got to now reconcile your brother head over heels in love with his girlfriend with threatening to name his daughter Candy Twat. He moves on to become a Lutheran minister, and I've always had that image in my head, of him delivering a sermon of saying, and this is what God and this and this. And in the back of my mind, if I were hearing the sermon, I'd be going, Candy Twat, Candy Twat, Candy Twat, Candy Twat, Candy Twat, Candy Twat, Candy Twat.
We cannot be held responsible for anything we did between the ages of 17 and 25. I don't think. As long as no one died and no one was convicted, it didn't happen. Right? It's just like because I'm living it now.
There you go.
As you know. So I'm like, keep trying to remind myself, What would you like when you were 25, 22? Oh yeah, okay, nope. That's
I was a dumbass too.
Yep.
So yeah. So, but that kind of a little sobering. But yeah, it was nice to see everybody. Somebody asked me who Barrett and I were, to Brian. I was like, "Oh, I'm his cardiologist," and she goes, "What?" I go, "Yes, I'm his heart doctor." I go, "This is Barrett. This is his spiritualizer." Barrett naturally jumped in, just kind of did one of these sort of things, a little head nod, because he has the shaved head. It sort of worked, just
It
kind of,
does.
he
Yep, and
just
then move on.
and then move
Yep.
on. And she was, "Really? Are you really a heart doctor?" And yeah. You want me to look at your chest?
I'm sure you could talk the talk given the pacemaker
The
and
amount of
all
time
of
I've
it.
spent with them, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, that's an infraction, absolutely. We're gonna have to check your ejection rate and, I don't know, bifurcate something.
Not the bifurcation.
Yes, we're gonna have to do a little bifurcation. Not that I know what that word means, but I do know how to say it properly, so there's that.
That's funny. Oh, I've I forgot to tell you when we were in San Diego. I think I told you I got the box from my parents' house that had all the old correspondence in it. And I had some letters from you, and here's a name for you. Let's see. And I was
Ooh.
like, oh, Anik?
Oh, Anique Colbert, yeah,
Yes. She was all over your letters.
oh, was she? Yeah,
Oh
she's
yeah.
all over, so yeah.
Hey.
Heyo.
Don't worry, those no longer exist.
I
Um,
got bored one night and I went looking and she works as like a recruiter, a professional recruiter in Chicago or something.
okay.
Yeah, it was like bored. I'm sitting going, who should I look up from school? I can look up Unique. That'd be an easy name to find
Yeah, I think
because
because it's unique.
yeah,
Uh,
it's a unique anyway. Because so I'm like going, should I look up Bob Smith? Oh no, how am I ever going to find a Bob Smith in the
yeah,
world? You know,
yeah, that's gonna be hard to narrow down for sure.
But yeah, I was like, dickety, 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 dick. Oh my God, I found her. Yeah. No social presence. Found a LinkedIn page for her,
Okay, interesting.
which, yeah.
I just wanted to throw that out there because I thought it was interesting. So, well, should we recap Comic Con now that we're a month past
Yeah,
in
let's
our
give it
own
a
unique way?
shot.
Let's go ahead and talk about what we want to talk about. So we talked about it a lot at the time, but the energy this year was weird.
It was weird. And I think it's only going to get weirder. Um,
We felt like Thursday felt like normal Saturday energy, and like Saturday almost had Thursday energy. It was really oddly inverted.
no, because like preview night was buzzing. And actually, because it was so, I was thinking, fuck, that Friday and Saturday are going to be horrible. We're going to have to find offsite stuff because trying to be in the on the floor is going to be nuts.
Yeah.
And then we went on the floor and it was like, well, this isn't so nuts after all. This is,
Well, once we persevered through Thursday, that
and,
was the thing. Thursday
and
was
Thursday
hellish.
was a tough day. Yeah. Yeah. Cause I mean, and everybody said so. It wasn't just like us. Um, John, Eric, those guys, they were
Mhm.
saying the energy was off. I talked to some other people, some of the Funko people. They were like the energy was weird because they said, yeah, Thursday was intense, and we thought, man, Saturday is just going to be awful, and then Saturday was really not that bad.
I will say one of the things that I think may have saved us somewhat was the amount of offsite stuff we did, and I want to thank you and your buddies for looping me in on all that because we got to get away uh, to go see Fantastic Four, which we'll talk about, and
Mhm.
we did the South Park experience, and we were able to go to the Paramount Plus thing, and I just think those steps away from the
Oh, the King of
chaos
the
of the
Hill stuff too.
oh
Yeah,
yeah, just getting away from the King of the Hill stuff. I'm wearing my hat. It's my new
there we go.
podcast hat. What?
What?
What? That was a fun installation. Anyway, I think that certainly helped mitigate some of the normal burnout. we have. But
Oh yeah, because by the time if you go Thursday, Friday, by Saturday afternoon, you are pretty much you've had enough. You're
yeah,
tired of looking at people, talking to people,
just being
you're
around people, quite
just
frankly.
being around people. Yeah, it's yeah. It's like okay, I am done with all of you, just all of you.
Fuck all the way off.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I was gonna
Well,
say
I
something else.
think too. I did not think all the exclusives were that great.
No, they were not. It was
Uh,
you got me the one I wanted the first night, and I honestly didn't buy anything else that was con specific. All the stuff I bought was just fun stuff for me.
yeah, yeah. Um, Yeah, because I mean, even the Funko booth, it's like I felt genuinely bad that I was only buying like 3 things. So I bought like 2 other 4 a couple other things. Buying that big bundle of stuff, to help Eric out was,
Right.
but I think though too, though, it feels like they balanced out the line, they balanced out the inventory. Whatever they did, getting through the booth was not nearly as onerous as it had been in years past. Even with the special, friend of Funko pass that they do on preview night.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, it was not that bad. Little bummed we didn't get the mint cards from Tops.
Yeah, and the Tron soundtrack would have been a would have been a
Well,
nice
that's a
flip because
flip.
I yeah, but it would have been a nice flip. But I, not all that bummed out about it. Yeah, the cards would have been fun to get. Um, I did enjoy. Uh, okay, no, before I do that, I'm curious because this is the first time that you've been to Comic Con since we started going, except for the '97 trip where there wasn't fun days. So how did that
Correct.
impact your trip?
Uh didn't. I mean, it made it weird on Friday night, but then we went to the Thrilljoy party and then when the Rocky Moto party, and then we saw Dr. Z.
I
So
was going to get to that next. Yes.
uh, the one bummer about not having the Funko is the party was that there are a lot of people who only showed up for the Funko or for Fridays,
Hmm.
and so I didn't get to see any of those people.
Okay.
There's my friend Will, his wife
Sure.
Kristen, their kids, Xavier and Tegan. Didn't get to see them. That was kind of a bummer because one of the things I'd been doing for several years prior is that we'd have dinner or lunch at the Spaghetti Factory, old Spaghetti
Right.
Factory. And it's like, so you've got all this crush of people and Star Wars and Star Trek and Marvel and DC stuff. And it's all cartoon, 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 frenzy, 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 nerd, nerd, nerd. And all of a sudden you're just having this nice, normal dinner with, friends.
Right.
Um, and it's this just strange moment of normalcy in and amongst everything out, you know
Right.
um, it just kind of provides a little point of sanity. That's like, I know in a couple of hours or another day or two, we're going to be at this event screaming our heads off and acting so stupid. But for right now, you're telling me about your kid playing, Xavier playing, crushing it in flag football, your daughter who's kind of getting into the arts and creative, and she's doing very well. It just is kind of like, oh, this is like just normal family stuff, and now I'm going to go be a weirdo and a dork. But I always have this group, this little moment of quietude, and I
Right.
didn't get that. I mean, we did have some nice dinners with the guys and everything, um, and that was okay. But it was not
It
quite the
was.
same
I
as having
gotcha.
dinner with the Millers. So yeah.
I gotcha.
Mhm.
And I really enjoyed meeting John and getting to know him and getting to know Eric better because I had met Eric a couple of years ago, sort of kind of almost glancing, right? I mean,
Uh
it
huh.
was, we met at Fun Day, maybe met during the convention, but like at Fun Days was more of a thing. And then, but we hung out enough with all of those guys this time that I had already, I was Facebook friends with Eric, and then John sent me a request. So it's like
Hmm.
it was, and we may be bringing John on. I have a thought to have him be our horror correspondent, since
Oh,
that's
there
an
we go.
area we don't touch on
Not at
really,
all.
and something he really is into. So I'm thinking about doing. He and I talked briefly at some point during one of the walks about him, coming on to do a guest spot. So
Oh, fun, fun,
I
fun,
think it was
fun.
on the way to South Park, in fact, because I was asking
Okay.
him about wrapping up his podcast
Yeah, yeah.
and the reasons behind that. And I said, "Oh, we'd love to have you on." He was down for it. So We'll put that together. John, if you're
No,
listening, we're gonna
John's a
rope you
good
in.
guy. Eric's a good guy. John Hammond, who's I think responsible for getting most everybody into everything.
Now, which one was he?
John,
The
kind
big
of the
guy.
bigger guy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he is super cool guy too. I like hanging out with him.
He was kind of quiet.
He is kind of quiet. You put a couple drinks in him, and he gets a little bit more
You mean
rambunctious.
like
But
the several rounds of shots we did after South Park?
yes, yes,
The unexpected day drinking. Yes.
yes. Yeah. But yeah, no, he's a good guy. I like hanging out with him. Mehdi, he's a nice guy. He was
The
the one
shot
that
virgin.
yes. He was, he asked me when we were standing in the Funko line because he was doing a deal with somebody. And he's like, but you're gonna because it's a weird question, but will you? I go, yeah, I'm going with you to your meet. You don't even have to ask, Mehdi. I was doing that anyway.
Yeah.
He's like, really? I was like, yeah, man. There's a couple $100 on the line, and he got hosed last year of Fun Days that somebody had said, I've got a ticket. I will sell you the ticket if you get me all these exclusives at the booth. And Mehdi went and he did it. And the guy says, okay, cool. I want that plus another $500.
Oh, come on.
It was a ridiculous amount. And I mean, I think Mehdi managed to sell everything he bought. So he didn't get hurt, but he didn't get to go to Fun Days. And I mean, the guy just totally jerked him around. So I was like, yeah, I'm 100% going because if you need that weird sort of cartoony muscle, I'm not a small person, so it's like we can kind of, and then you showed up and it's like, oh, this is even better.
we do cut an imposing figure when we stand shoulder to shoulder. I won't lie.
The shoulder to shoulder, we can blot out the sun. But this guy, that little guy showed up and just like looked in the bag. He didn't even check condition of stuff, which I was surprised at. He just blew it up. And I'd seen that guy somewhere else.
Keep the change, didn't he? Didn't he buy from somebody else while we were there?
He did. He was in line. I think when we were standing in line to get in, he was not that far from us, and he was talking about how he was working all these deals. So I think he was just flippity flip, man.
He was a flip flopper, huh?
He's a flip flopper. He's a playa, but when you're with Funko, you're not really a playa. You're just kind of, a guy.
Flipper.
You're a plastic flipper. You're a flip flop.
Flip flop and fly, baby. If you will.
Anyway, so yeah, but no, all those people are, all those
like
people
I said,
are
I really like getting to know
with.
them, and I appreciate if they're listening. I appreciate all you guys like letting me tag along, like the fifth or sixth wheel that I was. So it's much appreciated. So, one of the things we mentioned it earlier, was we went to see Fantastic Four on opening day. Off campus, which was a nice getaway.
And what did we do? We went to a comic shop.
Well, it was 2 doors down from the movie theater.
Two doors down. To be fair, it was on the way, but
it was. And we killed time waiting for the others to arrive. So it wasn't like it was just, we're going to drive across town to a comic shop. We just happened to stumble upon it. I have since seen Fantastic Four again because Jack had not seen it yet. Let's talk about that because we've talked about it up until then. What were your thoughts? Good, bad, things you changed, things you liked? Run it down for me because I have some.
Honestly, I would have changed Pedro Pascal.
Okay.
I felt I thought Ben Grimm was the best he's ever been. Johnny, I would like to have, I don't know, the bleached hair thing kind of was really rubbing me the wrong way. Sue was, I think, one of the better Sues.
Yes.
But Pedro Pascal, because he's in so many other things, it got in the way for me. Because you're like, save grow. When they had the baby in the carrier, it was just like, didn't even he say something like, "This is too far. This is too much."
Surplus.
I've already done this.
I saw a meme that it was two pictures of Pedro Pascal, and it was from The Last of Us. And the top one was him smiling. You find out you're in an MCU movie, and the bottom was him sobbing. And you're protecting a kid. I mean, he's got to stop taking those roles. And I agree. He was not the right choice for Reed. I don't know who that would be. I still haven't figured it out in that cast who it would be. But he was not the right one. I loved the Sue Storm character. I thought that was a really good version of that character, and I loved the mom Hulk energy at the end, without giving too much away. Ben Grimm, just the CGI has finally caught up with Stan Lee and Jack Kirby on that one, because it was amazing, and I loved the small detail of anytime he walked away, you could hear the rocks rubbing against each other.
Yes.
That was amazing to me, that someone that would not be silent, and they put that in there, and it was just, And the problem with Johnny Storm, well, somehow he became a linguist, but that's beside the point. That was a plot point.
He's a very cunning linguist, by the way.
Yeah, according to all tales, yes.
Oh!
Imagine if you could heat up your tongue while performing such a service. Just saying. But it suffered
Toasty.
Because it's gonna be hard to top Chris Evans' Human Torch. That's the only thing from the first round of movies that really worked. So you're fighting an uphill battle against, quite frankly, just Chris Evans' charisma with that character, but he did a good job. I did not hate that they gender flopped the Silver Surfer. It made no difference to the story whatsoever. Didn't hurt the character, didn't make the character better. It was just someone else, and it's fine. I don't care. And Galactus, can we talk about Galactus? The fact, it wasn't a giant cosmic cloud.
I don't think that's a character you can do much with.
Which one? Oh, you're frozen.
Huh? Oh, I don't think you can do much with Silver Surfer.
Well, Silver Surfer is either...
Did I unfreeze?
Yes, you did.
I actually moved away.
Silver Surfer is either way overpowered or boring as hell. There's no middle ground.
Yes.
It's hard to write the Silver Surfer any other way.
No, it's a hard one.
In the context of the movie, hello. Oh, that's nice. That is nice. In the context of the story, it worked perfect. I mean, she was the Herald. That is such a good Galactus.
I'm waiting for fun to do Ben Grimm in the GameStop. It's a pop.
Nice. Yeah, that's a good one. I liked Galactus had scale. He had scope.
I'm waiting for the
Good.
Yeah.
I think we have a little lag going.
Oh, wow. You completely froze on me.
Am I back?
Oh, a huge lag.
Yeah, it's getting better, though. All right.
Back.
Okay, we're back. So the scope of Galactus was good. The Menace was good right up until the very end. So, and the way they handled the impending annihilation of Earth, I thought was a good kind of throwback to the style of what would have been in a movie of that time frame, right? It was galactic menace, human dread, all those things. And the style was just so much fun to watch. The retro futuristic
it was
movie. It was so much different than any other MCU movie. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it more the second time when I wasn't trying to watch for stuff and I was just watching the movie and letting it be, right? So that helped. Because that first time I'm like, am I missing anything in the background? There's reference to another villain. No, there's a space monkey. All the things, right? I was doing all of that. So it was hard to lay back and just enjoy the movie that first time. But the second time, I did that. And so, anyway, that's my thoughts on that. Did you ever see Superman?
No. I
Okay.
haven't. I've not been able to get. Well, I've not been around to do it.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. I was going to say, I think we missed out by not going to see Toxic Avenger that night because apparently people are walking out now that it's getting its release because of the gruesome nature of the movie. So we maybe should have gone to see that.
Really?
Yeah, like the gore is apparently just
Okay
driving
then.
people out of the theaters. So anyway, you wanted to talk about your experience at a Pokemon convention, and I want to listen to this. So please, the floor is yours. I don't even
So
know where to
okay.
start with that, so I'm just gonna have to let you go.
All right. So I do the casual villainy and the hero worship, right?
Yes,
So
both
they
excellent, by the way.
so yeah, I appreciate I wish more people because I was so proud of myself for doing like two Cat America song jokes in the write up of the card because of the "Don't give up till you drunk from the silver cup," since I'd pulled Red Skull from Silver Age, Cap from Silver Age, and then next week I'll do alligator lizards, maybe in the air, knowing I was going to use the lizard this week,
It was nicely done, by the way. I
and then
enjoyed it
quoting
even.
Hunter S. Thompson. So,
Yes, I I loved every bit of it. I'm your
uh,
target audience.
yeah, pretty much. So anyway, it had been coming up in my Facebook feed for weeks. Collecticon, 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 right? And it's like the biggest, and it says the biggest Pokemon collectors event, anime, and it says anime, or it says Pokemon, anime, sports cards, Funkos, collectibles, right?
Okay.
So you're like going, okay, I know going in it's going to be mostly Pokemon, not a big deal. But I'm expecting to maybe find some non-sports stuff, maybe some sports stuff. There was 900 vendors there, fully 800 of the.
Wow.
But I mean, a lot of them I think shared a space, like two or three in it. But anyway, long story short, over 900 vendors there, fully 850 of them were nothing but Pokemon, nothing but Pokemon.
Like the new sets that we keep seeing, like the videos of like people going in
Yes,
and just like clearing the shelves. So
yes, yes.
just bootleggers is what you're
Just
talking about.
just just flippers who are doing all that stuff. So I go in and I see one guy who's selling box sets and he's got some Topps Chrome baseball, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. If that guy's got them, I bet if I walk around, I'll probably find some more people. Maybe somebody has Marvel Chrome. Maybe somebody has Superman Brilliant. There's all these other card sets. No, they didn't. In fact, I'm at their looking through this dollar bin or quarter bin or 10-cent bin. And this guy comes up to the dealer. He's like, "Hey, man, haven't seen you. Hey, fist bump. What's up? What are you looking for? Da da da. What's it like on the floor, man?" He goes, "Dude," he goes, "there are no other card games here. There's like four guys who've got Yu-Gi-Oh, probably about 20 or 30 who've got Magic." He goes, "But everything else is nothing but Pokemon, nothing but new stuff." And it was just like the flipping videos, "Hey, man, I got a PSA 9 this. I'm looking for this." One guy's like, "I'm looking for a raw card that's going to grade out to be a 10." And I'm thinking, I'm willing to bet that if that guy had the raw card that would grade out to be a 10,
It'd
it's
be great.
already graded out to
Yeah,
you
that's how
know.
that works. That's typically how that works.
So my one of my thoughts was you and I went to Comic-Con that one year and you said, "I think Funko's in trouble because every booth here has nothing but Funko,
Hmm.
or so many of these booths just have Funko." And I thought, man, all of these booths, 900 booths, all of them are Pokemon, all of them are like the last 5 years of sets. Um, and I mean, literally every booth you flip through the binder and it was the same full art cards, the same full art this and this and this. I found a character called Diglett, which is this little thing it's a mole.
Like an
Here
animal
we go.
mole or a skin mole.
That's like a skin mole. No, it's like this, right?
Okay. Okay.
So,
So are you
uh,
a Diglett guy now?
So my goal was like, I've got $30. I'm going to buy me whatever $30 worth of Diglett cards are I can find. And I go to the first dealer and I'm flipping through his binder and I find two, right?
Okay.
And it's $1, $2 for these cards, right? So I'm like, cool. So I get him. He goes, what are you looking for? I go, this guy. He goes, Diglett? Really? I'm like, yeah. He goes, weird choice, man. I said, no. I've set a challenge for myself. I'm going to buy as many as I can for $30. He goes, oh. I go, where am I going to find him? I'm not going to find him in the high-end binders. I'm not going to find him in the case. He goes, oh, no. He goes, look at the desk binders. Look at this. Look at that. So I spent most of the 2.5 hours, 3 hours I was there digging for the 4 for a quarter, 4 for $1,
Right.
50 cents each kind of a thing.
Okay. Did
And,
you end up with like 100 Diglets?
no, he's only featured in 26 cards,
Do you
but
have a
some of
full
those
set?
cards, no. But some of those sets have the regular card, then they have a reverse hollow card, then they have the Japanese version, and then the Chinese version. When you start going
You're on
down
a
the rabbit
slippery
hole,
slope, man.
when you go down the rabbit hole, it gets, yeah, it gets crazy intense. Not intense. I splurged on one card. It was a Topps Chrome that I paid
Okay.
like $10 for. That was the most I spent on Diglets while I was there. Everything else came out. Then I was like, I cannot just do this because some of them, I rifle through a box of like 200 cards. I find nothing. I was like, this can't work. So there's another character called Doug Trio, which is like 3 Diglets who are supposedly stitched together at the base. I don't know how it works in
The,
Pokemon World.
are they a Diglet centipede? Is that what that is?
It's called Doug Trio, and it's just like 3 worms that are attached. So anyway, um, I hope she's not expecting me to get that. So anyway, and then any other kind of card that looked kind of cool. So I mean, I spent a little bit of money and just have a bunch of just goofy stuff.
So, all right. So, mostly new Pokemon.
Mostly new Pokemon.
You said
Mostly
there,
the rare stuff, the full art stuff, the um, top end stuff.
Mhm.
The stuff that people are scalping everything to find. That's when you're sitting there watching somebody doing a break and you do the math in your head and you're like going, you just opened 7 packs at 10 cards a pack and you found one card that's worth $10. So your ratio is whatever 1 out of 70 is.
Yikes. That's not a good
um,
return on investment.
yeah, so it's like you're gonna have to go through a lot of packs to get good stuff. Um, and so anyway, just watching, it was interesting. It was interesting to see the barter and the trade. I'll give
Right.
you this one for 2 of those, and it's like, none of you have exchanged money, so you, neither of you is richer for it. you know,
That's
uh,
right.
how are you going
Somebody's
to
got
make the table if,
somebody's got more inventory and somebody's got less. That's all that's just happened here.
yeah, the dollar values remain relatively the same.
And there's no, yeah, how do you cover the nut for the table? Yeah. You got to hope that's an economics lesson right there.
That's an economics lesson, and then it also gave me a new kind of insight into in card grading. Right, is that all these guys are looking for the best card that's going to grade out the highest.
To what end?
Hi, I'm on a Zoom call. Who is it? Oh, what's she want? Babe 80, Babe 0808 maybe? I don't know. Hang on a second.
I'll be here.
My God. What did she say? She's trying out for softball? She's never played softball.
Details, schmetails.
Details, schmetails. Absolutely right. All right, hang on a second.
Yep.
No, I'm apparently going to help my daughter. What account is it on? Well, here, she can take this and she can keep pulling down the screen. You can edit all this out, right?
Yeah, sure.
There's the AOL account. So anyway. No. So grading. So yes. So as you're watching these people grade, right? Basically, if it doesn't get a 9 or a 10, I mean, these guys will crack it open and sell it for raw for as much as they would get with it slabbed. Okay.
Wait, say that again. You lost me. I know
Right.
I know the words and what they mean, but I didn't follow.
So here's the deal. These guys, like, if you don't get a 9 or a 10, it's pretty much just a waste of your time to have the card graded.
Okay.
Because there's so many people grading the same cards that an 8. Okay. So if the card sold for 10 and you got it graded, you might charge 25. Well, if you got a grade 8, you might only get $20 for it.
So you're out the money that you paid to grade it. Yeah.
Correct. So you're better off maybe cracking it open and trying to sell it ungraded in great condition for more than,
and put the onus on somebody else. Gotcha.
So as I'm watching all this, I'm thinking, okay, in order for grading to be worthwhile, because there's like all these different people who grade it, you're going to have to make it mechanical. You're going to have to remove subjectivity from it.
Mm-hmm.
And so with centering, they can do that with, lasers and computers and stuff, and they can scan the card and tell you the finish and the quality of the finish and any imperfections. And until they do that, it's kind of a Ponzi. It's a scheme, not a Ponzi scheme. It's just a con.
It's just, yeah. I mean, the human element is.
If you take the human element,
you're at the mercy of the human element, is what you're saying.
You take the human element out of it, then now you have a reliable system of grading that you can say, this is a perfect card, a perfect card, and I'll pay more money for that perfect card than I would if it's it. Yeah, it's a hell of a scam, and man, do I wish I owned part of PSA or Beckett's or whomever. Yeah, because $15 to melt your card into a box of plastic, I could do that all day long.
Well, should we look into that?
There's guys who sell restoration kits that you can clean the card and bring the shine back, and it's just like, oh my God, dude.
Hey, you know what? If somebody will buy it, then more power to you. It's like the guy that used to sell solar powered clothes dryers in the back pages of newspapers for $10 a pop, and when you got it, it was a clothesline. Yeah.
It's good work if you can get it.
Yep.
So somebody goes, are you a Pokemon collector? I'm like, no, I'm not, but I will try and find more.
I'm a Diglett man.
I'm a Diglett man. I am going to make it my life goal to make that character somehow cool some way. I will make my own custom cards. I have ideas. It's like the Diglett mansion is the one I'm trying to frame out. It's basically this mole-like creature with maybe the smoking jacket and little moles in the background with bunny ears. And it just be
I like it.
There's places that have templates so that if you make your art, you can make a custom card.
Hafner got shortened to half. Make him dig.
But yes, Diglett Mansion. Oh,
well, hold on. You got to do other Pokemons in the background with the bunny ears. It can't all be Digletts.
Oh, that would be funny. Yes. And I'd pick all the worst ones. I'd just go through and go, you've got a dumb name.
And draw giant boobs on them. All the low self-esteem. All the low self-esteem Pokemons. I guess Pokemon is technically a plural, so I shouldn't say it like that. All the ones in the bargain bin are going to be willing to go undergo surgery and hang out with Dig in the mansion.
Dig in the
Wow,
mansion.
we're doing our own thing here, aren't we?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be, yeah. I've got ideas for designs. I will. I think his shape lends itself well to, say, a Jaws parody.
Maybe if he has like some work done on his neck, he gets a little penile.
Mm-hmm. Maybe not do that, but anyway, but just have that mole shape coming up from the bottom, and
Yeah,
then like a little Pikachu up at the top in the water as he's about to be.
nice.
So yeah, that may be just a side quest, as it were, to just just to
Make
make this one stupid big Pokemon kind of
make
cool.
make Diglett great again.
Make Diglett great. MDGA. Make Diglett great again.
Medica.
Have been a baseball cap that says MDGA. Make Diglett great again.
Or finally in TGF.
MDGF. Make Diglett great at last.
Be a great T-shirt. Just the letters and Diglett. MD gal.
Uh-huh.
I'm an MD
Because
gal.
the look on the guy's face when I said I'm looking for Diglett was worth the price of admission, because it was just sort of a like, what?
Not a sentence he expected to hear at all during the weekend.
Yeah. So what's your favorite character? Oh, I don't really have one, but I'm looking for Diglets. What? You're what?
He talked about that at the after party. This dude was looking for Diglett.
And they'd be like, oh, big guy, he's wearing a yellow shirt with a chicken on it. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, he went through my bargain bin, just kept peeling through it, But hey, 4 for $1.
Hey,
You
that's the
can't beat
price is
that.
right.
So that was the kind of thing. There was not a lot of cosplay, and they'd advertised cosplay. There's a few people dressed up as their favorite anime characters.
Of course.
There wasn't a lot of anime outside of Pokemon.
Okay.
There was one guy who had a case full of sports cards, and at one point he stood up on his chair and just went, "Sports cards! I got sports cards!" And everybody looked at him like he was a crazy old man screaming at clouds. He jumps out off the chair and he looks at me and goes, "You saw me. I tried." I did. And then I went over and I looked at his case, and he too was just the best cards out of the latest sets,
Yeah. We went to they had a vintage like big citywide vintage thing here.
Oh, fun.
We went, and I was the only one in my family who didn't buy anything. But there was the old guy who had the sports memorabilia thing, and he was the guy who's been collecting his entire life and is very proud of his collection and prices it that way. So there was nothing to be had there.
I got that at Shorty LeBon's last game. And they autographed by him too. That's his real spit.
Connor bought a painting of a sad rodeo clown. Laura bought a vase. Jack bought a record, I think. I couldn't find anything I wanted. Oh, no, I take it back. Jack didn't buy a record. Jack bought a fucking banjo. And I'm like, what are you planning to do with that, Mumford?
Bluegrass, Dad, bluegrass.
And all the way to the car, I said, "Do you know I don't care for that, right, Kermit?" And I was out of banjo players at that point, so that joke stopped.
Yeah.
Mungo Jerry, I don't know. What am I going to do? I wanted to talk about this quality, if I may.
Okay.
So, you remember
the Elephant Men.
Really great concept, really entertaining. This is like later in his like run of this book. So these creatures were created to fight wars on behalf of man. So this is set much later after the Elephant Man Wars are over.
Okay.
And this one's a PI now, or a cop. I can't remember. It's fun, but as I'm reading it, I hear
and the insides fall out.
The whole fucking thing came apart. Yeah.
Oh my God. Is it
Yeah. Yeah, there it is. You heard it, right? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
There it
Oh,
is.
yeah. There we go.
The whole fucking thing's coming apart. So it annoyed me.
Yeah. But it's Elephant Man, so there you
And
go.
it's autographed, so what do I care? Anyway, it was a fun read. I don't care. It's going to go on the shelf and never get read again, so what do I care?
Until the boys pull it down later.
They are working through stuff. I will tell you, you'll see holes back here. They're working on some stuff. There's some Astro Cities in play. A couple of Black Hammers are missing. So they were asking questions about the question, ironically, the other night. Was this one good? Yeah, that's the original 80s run. Yes, that's very good. You're going to want to read that.
All right.
I wanted to something stupid I want to share. All right, you ready? Let me see if I can make this work. There we go. So we've talked previously about my quest to see all the Jason Statham movies that there are. This is the update. I will continue to do these as I winnow down the list. I'm down to 8. My family gave me a pass on Romeo and Juliet. My family gave me a pass on Romeo and Juliet since he's technically only a voice in it, right? So it's not a Jason Statham movie. A lot of these are not Jason Statham movies. I have a rule for this quest, and it's I either have to be able to stream it or see it in a theater. So that's where we're at. This one's streaming. This one's streaming. These two are going to be my problem children right here. This one is streaming. And then my theater up at the top of the hill is doing all of the Fast and Furious movies, one a week in order till they get to this one. So I have on my calendar for the month of September to see this one, and this one at the theater. Because why the hell not?
Okay, then.
And then of course they'll come out with a new one. They'll come out with a new one, and I'll be back to square one. But right now, I believe there's 49. I've seen 41 of 49 Jason Statham movies. One of these days we'll do a ranking of this nonsense. But anyway, I wanted to share that.
Oh my goodness.
It's a lot of this. A lot of this.
Yes.
A lot of this.
I'll go and kill some people. Yeah, you see.
I didn't take care of me bees because I'm a working man. We'll get to our segment in a minute.
Roll them all together into one.
Yeah, it's not that hard to do. I would just like to make Jason Statham's resume is what I would like to do. I'm a working man. I've been a beekeeper, a transporter. I've been a snatch. The
line cook.
Just as we were going off the last episode, I mentioned that I might have something to share this time. And in fact, I do. So starting on September 8th, I am going to be back on the radio for the first time in over 30 years. I'm going to be doing a weekly blues show on K, and I put the call letters backwards. Son of a bitch. Hold on.
And you're canceled.
And I'm fired. Hold on.
So close. So very, very close.
They're they're so similar. They're KWVH, the Wimberley Valley radio station. I'm going to be doing a weekly blues show on that lovely station, and looking forward to it. And so I'll they do stream. They have a streaming app, so you can listen to me anywhere in the world that you want to listen to blues music. It's interesting. They have a studio. Wimberley's one of those little, quaint little hill country towns here in Texas, and their studio is a glass cage on the main drag. It's kind of interesting.
Okay.
So you can literally look out and see everything and be seen. They call it the fishbowl for obvious reasons. So I can either go in there and record it, or I can sit right here at my desk and create the show and turn it in. It's kind of cool. I'm gonna go do at least the first couple in person just to get my chops back because it's been a while. But I'm looking forward to that, and you'll be hearing more about that. But anyway, KWVH starting September 8th. I think I'm going with Crossroads is the name of the show, and
Okay.
I may be enlisting you to make me a logo, but we'll talk about that some other time.
Okay.
So,
All right.
anyway, that's my big news for this week. And with that, I think you know what time it is.
What time is it?
Hey, Steve, what's
Yes.
on your desk?
What's on my desk? Well, I could spend the whole afternoon or evening or the rest of the show showing me my diglets.
Hey, hey.
Chicks dig the diglet.
Hey.
But instead, I will. I had to go to Target to get Band-Aids while we were on vacation in the Outer Banks, and I found the main man, the
Oh, wow.
superhero powers, McFarlane.
Nice.
I was going to try and keep him, mint on card, but then I said I've
He
got
ripped
to
himself
actually.
right out of the package, didn't he?
He did. Well, part of
Does
him did, and it regenerated. It was weird, but anyway,
does he come with chains, a motorcycle, space dolphins,
comes.
anything?
No, he does have a little felt cloth
Okay.
vest, but
For all you Momoans out there, that's what the
for all
character
the
is supposed to.
Momoans, yeah. But
Just
no,
made up.
this is
I made up a
actually
new. I mean, that's pretty cool.
that it was one of those where I'm like going, I should not be buying this while I am on vacation. I have targets at home. Um,
Is that in the JLU style?
yeah,
Or
the
okay.
the superpower style.
Oh, okay. Okay. I got you. Okay.
Yeah, so he's the hip, the
Oh,
knee,
he actually bends at the knee.
he bends at the knee. Yes, at least. Anyway, so yeah,
That's super cool.
it is a very cool, very kind of simplified down style. Doesn't look sort of as man or dad bodish as the rest of those superhero, superpower, whatever the
Yeah,
McFarlane uh, the line is called. But he stands taller than a lot of the figures,
as
um,
he should.
as he should. He's probably about half a head taller than Soups and all that.
Nice.
Um, because of the big boots, he's got really solid footing, so he's very stable.
Nice.
Um, and it's a great likeness. I mean, they did a very good job with
It's
this.
really
And
it is
again,
really good.
I thought I shouldn't buy this. I'm on vacation, but I have not seen it at a Target store since I returned. So I'm thinking I may have made the right decision.
I went in Target today to get some washer fluid at lunch, and of course, I made the pass and found
And
nothing.
you oh, and
Oh,
they didn't sign you up for AT&T service?
well, they were gonna, but I throat chopped them. So,
I told them once I'm not interested. Why not? I don't like your marketing plan. One
oh,
guy came up to me. I was having a bad day, and I just like he starts to talk. I was like, dude, just don't. Okay? Just don't. And I go, I'm just not in the mood for this. Please don't. And he just walked away. And then another time I reported him to management and said there was somebody harassing me electronics, kept trying to sell me cell phones. I don't know who he was, but he wasn't wearing red, so I didn't think he worked for you.
nice.
With a baseball cap on, I do look a lot older and can kind of lean into confused old man. I don't know what he's doing. I don't like it. Don't like it one bit.
I have a phone at home. It's it's a Sports Illustrated football phone.
But it's a good phone. I never had no problems with that. I got a cousin. She got one of them there, what do you call them? Celly phones, whatever. I think they call them celly phones because you look right through them or you look silly using them. Anyway, it broke on her. Gave her brain cancer and then it broke. And her cancer went away. Cause, effect? Yes, I think so.
I know the scientific method.
Yes. Yes.
And if that doesn't work, guess
Yes,
again.
again.
Keep on
I
guessing.
believe in trial and error and doing my own research.
That's what God invented YouTube for.
It's like one of the girls at work. She asked me, she goes, how do you know things about things? I'm like, I'm not sure I understand your question. And since you turn everybody into HR for like looking at you funny, I don't think I'm going to answer. I go, what do you mean? She's like, well, you know things about politics and this and that and science and all this. Do you use Chat GPT? I was like, I'd rather be caught dead than using Chat GPT. She looks at me. I go, I'm sorry, but the Google and Wikipedia, that's pop knowledge. That's stuff that people can edit. And it's a good place to start your research, but you need to look at the things underneath it, the cited articles and stuff. You should be looking at multiple news sources. You should be doing all this stuff. You cannot just because we were talking about something political, and I traced it back to the Truman administration. I go, it started
You
way
do that
back
a
here.
lot, though.
Yeah, I do go back to Truman a lot. But anyway, no. But I was just like, it kind of comes out of this, comes out of this, comes out of that. And she's just like, well, I don't understand how you just know all this stuff. And it's like, read, sister.
Yeah, it's amazing what you can learn if you just read.
We had a consultant in here who's talking about how to avoid drama. And he goes, and here's, so I'm going to show you a diagram. It's a very powerful diagram. He goes, this triangle I'm going to show you. This is the secret to everything that like Disney does and books and everything. And I'm like, he's going to explain plot. And he goes, you have a hero, you have a victim, and you have a villain. And the interaction of these three is where drama comes from. I'm like, he fucking did plot. Like none of us took a literature class in high school. And so afterwards I told him, I was like, I'm looking at your thing. I go, while you think people cast their stories a certain way or tell their stories where they're the victim or they're the villain or they're, and they do this, I go, if you listen to their stories, they'll tell you who they are because everyone is the hero of their own story. And, if they tell stories where they're always a bully, they're probably a bully. If they tell stories where they're this. And so one of the owners goes, well, what are you, Steve? I go, I'm comedic relief. Comedic dramedy thing. But he goes, yeah, that's the whole circle. But sometimes they're the villain. I go, but that's just it. Even when they're the villain, they're the hero. And when you understand that, you understand the person. You should probably read more books that are fiction.
Yep. I mean, in Beauty and the Beast, Gaston is clearly the villain of that movie, but in his story, he's the greatest thing that's ever come across.
Lived.
Yeah.
And what does he like to do for fun? Hunt and kill, and probably
use antlers and all of his
decorating. And
and that's how we know things.
That's right, because he's a date rapist. That's a sign. Decorating with antlers. Cover your drinks, girls. I've got a light fixture. It's a big set of moose horns. Really now? Let me put that over here.
Gotta go. You and your little LeFou friend have fun with the antlers.
It's your little gay friend at the end of the bar. He seems really into you.
Don't know how I got up on this.
I don't know, but I like it. Yeah. Oh, Gaston, he's the best. You should date him. Oh, if only I could. But he won't let me paint the antlers pink.
It's provincial France. It's frowned upon.
It's frowned upon. Unless you're a courtesan, then anything goes.
Woo!
Woo! Powdered wigs. Woo! Pastries everywhere. Pantaloons.
Oh, so many pantaloons. Okay, I think this episode just got a new title.
So many pantaloons.
Oh, so many.
Oh, so many pantaloons. Yes.
That's the third title we've gone through. We started with the shot virgin, and then it was, "Are you a Diglett guy now?" But
are you a Diglett guy now?
So many pantaloons.
Oh, so many pantaloons.
Well, I'm going to share my.
Oh yeah.
So on my desk, I have.
Hey, I recognize that.
Who you were kind enough to pick up for me on preview night, and I just took him out of the box just before the show started, and he's awesome. Look at this guy.
He was. Oh, I didn't see the stuff on the back. That's cool.
That's his jetpack.
See, now he was I think he was a limited quantity too. Or was he? Did it say on the sticker, or if there was a number on him?
The box is here somewhere, but I don't know where.
He was one of the best. I thought he was good. The Azrael Batman that I picked up for myself was good. Not as good as that one. And the Huckleberry Hound in the different colors, I just kind of nostalgic like that one.
Yeah.
But outside of that, not so awesome.
So I'm assuming anyone who's watching our stream knows what this is, but I'm gonna have to.
You're
If
gonna have to explain it.
this is Batman, yes, was a specific Batman. This is
Mhm.
Batman from the Mark Waid, Alec Ross, 1996 opus Kingdom Come, where Batman is old and crippled and uses an armored suit in order to do Batman like things. And it's one of the coolest costume designs, redesigns of Batman ever done. And it's going to go on the shelf over there,
Mhm.
over there, whichever way, over there. I don't know. Anyway, I've got a Kingdom Come Green Lantern, which is my other favorite costume from that series, and these two guys are gonna Brokeback Mountain on that top shelf, I think. So very much appreciated, and thank you. He's a little wobbly. I may have to get a stand for him.
Oh yeah, you footwise, you mean?
Well, he's like a little top heavy. Like his head is the way the head is mounted. It's a little too far back on the body, so he wants to tip. But I'll figure that
Oh, I
part out.
see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you very much for that. I was very excited to get that.
No, the only other one they did the Green Lantern with the bleach blonde hair.
The Kingdom Come Green
No,
Lantern.
no. Which one did? What is? I'm remembering it. I'm like looking it up, and they were showing it where the hair is blonde and pulled
Yeah,
way back.
he's over there. It's because it's Alan Scott.
Oh,
It's
it
not
is.
Hal Jordan. Yeah, it's
I
Hal.
mean,
It's
it's been
Alan.
a long time since I read that.
Yeah, it's and I'm not sure that it's necessarily even clear in the book. It's in the liner notes, right? But yeah, it's Alan Scott's Green Lantern who's inherited the ring from Hal Jordan, so that's why he's got the blonde hair.
Okay.
And there's me nerding out in a big giant way, as I'm wont to do. But I love
They
that book so much, and so yeah, I've read all the ephemera associated with it.
Nice. They did a Superman many, many years ago, but he's the old pop style
Yeah.
where they all look like they're taking a crap. So maybe one day he'll get a new treatment.
Well,
I
Wonder
do like
Woman
I
would be
love
really cool because she's Warrior Wonder Woman in Kingdom Come, and that would be spectacular.
there's a
And
bunch that would be
The
cool
Flash
if they
is like
did.
a translucent red with
Oh,
just the
that'd be
helmet on
cool.
it. That would be really cool. I could get behind that.
Mhm.
So, I
Oh,
have I have a Kingdom Come picture on the wall over there. I'm looking at him. It's got, yeah, Hawkman with the hawk face and not just the mask. Sorry, I'm off in Kingdom Come land. Sorry, I'm back now.
that's okay.
So that's everything I had written down. Did you have anything else you wanted to talk about?
No, that was about the gist of it. Just because it's like one of those things where going to the Pokemon thing where everybody collects something, everybody's a geek about something.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to make fun of everybody being out there because I was out there with them. But I did feel like that was a collectible that's on the verge out of a bubble because there's going to come a point where people are not going to be able to just keep trading those things like smokes in prison. And that might be the best way to explain how that's working.
That's a really good analogy.
It kind of, yeah. Hey, I got a gem mint Charizard. What are you gonna give me for it? I got a Bulbasaur and I got a Magikarp and I got a Diglett. Oh, you got Diglett? Well, fuck. Forget the other two. Let's do that.
I'll take all the Diglets you can feed me.
Yeah, yeah. This is $1,000 card, so I'll take $1,000 worth of Diglett cards. You get a stack like as high as you.
You need a wagon.
You need a wagon. It's all the same card.
That's interesting to me. I mean, because that's one of those things that I've never really gotten into and necessarily understood. But I like you. I don't begrudge anybody their fandom. Everybody loves something. It's their thing, and I get that. But I had a point there, and I don't know what it was.
Well, I think that the collecting this stuff is great, and as somebody who just appreciates like cool looking stuff,
yeah,
some of the cards that they make are fabulous. They look great. They've got these really exciting, interesting, art and drawings and foil treatments and I mean, there's some inherent coolness in those cards, those products. But watching them, and the same holds true for baseball cards now. These guys swapping these slabs out, oh, yeah, it's a $5,000 thing. I'll trade you 5, Justin Bears, Herberts, fuck. Um, you know,
Mayo, Louisiana showing, boy.
that dude goes in the Hall of Fame, and I'd be like, yeah, Justin Hebert, good job. I'll be like the
Man, you
water
done
boy.
good, son.
You're doing good. You can do it. But
Hold on. Speaking of, we've talked before, and I stumbled upon this the other day about our Arby's coworker who got pregnant at 16 and had a kid. That kid won the Kentucky Derby last year.
So you never sell them short or
So
something. Like
getting knocked up.
Make them short. Don't sell them short.
Hey-o.
Oh,
Getting knocked up at 16 was the best thing that ever happened to her. I didn't know if you knew he had won the Derby, but yeah, he won.
I did know that, because that was one of those things where I mentioned her. I was telling stories about Arby's. I mentioned her, and then I go, and of course her kid grew up to win the Kentucky Derby. Like, why do you do that in parentheses? I go, because he's a jockey, and they basically come up to my navel.
They little peoples.
These little peoples, but then they like ride them horses fast.
Man, yeah.
So yeah, that might be the most fortuitous unwanted pregnancy ever. Really,
It's that and Jesus.
that and Jesus, yes, 1 and 2. Your Lord and Savior and a Kentucky Derby winning jockey. So there you go. Nothing else.
Okay,
Nothing else.
I think we're done. I think we have to stop there.
Nothing else.
That's the end of episode 93 of Slurp Toast, the podcast.
Coming around the last corner, bringing it home for Jesus, my friends.
Woo!
Woo!
We're back on regular. We'll see y'all in a couple of weeks. Until then,
maybe if we're not struck dead,
if we don't show up, you'll know why.
Run over by horses.
Jesus and the jockeys got us, one or the other.
Until that would be a great show on Fox. Jesus and the jockey. They solve crime. What do you think, Jay? I think this guy is dirty. I think he's dirty, huh? Let's not be too rash to judge. Nah. He's crooked. I can feel it. Get the whip. Whack, 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 whack. I'll beat a confession out of him, Jesus. Whack, 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 whack.
Good night.